and Maxime Deschamps, the world champions, winning in Skate Canada last week. And prior to that, Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara, the winners in Skate America in Allen, Texas. They boast the highest of the two events in terms of scores, with 214 points. So we wait to see if that total score can be beaten in the pairs event here in Angers in France. Minerva Fabian Hazan and Nikita Volodin have a 73.72 leading short program score after yesterday's performance. With Sara Conti and Nicolo Macci, second place team there. Confirmation of the standings after yesterday's short program. It will be a fight, I think, for bronze, with less than 4 points separating Ghilardi and Ambrosini from Pereira and Michaud. All to play for. As we see the officials, the technical panel, and the judges. Looking forward to seeing the senior pairs program. 4 minutes in length, plus or minus 10 seconds for each of the 8 teams. They all will perform 3 lifts, 1 twist lift, 2 throws, 2 solo jumps, a pair spin, a death spiral, and the choreo sequence. So Aurélie, Paula, and Theo Bell, the first team. Anxiously awaiting their introduction to the audience.
Representing France, Aurélie Paula and Theo Bell. Representing France, Camille Kovalev.
And then to the husband and wife team of Camille Kovalev and husband Pavel Kovalev. And to Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini.
Representing Uzbekistan.
Then to Ekaterina Ginesh and Dmitry Chigirev.
6 minutes warm-up.
As they undertake the start of their 6-minute warm-up. So as mentioned, 3 lifts, 1 twist, 2 throws, 2 side-by-side jumps, a pair spin, a death spiral, and a choreo sequence for the seniors. With Aurélie Paula warming up with some power pulls.
Aurélie et Théo sont licenciés au club des Français volants de Paris, où ils s'entraînent avec Claude
And this team
et Lola Esbra. Ils sont médaillés de
are
bronze des
competing in
championnats
their first Grand Prix event with different sets of expectations and aspirations.
leur premier Grand Prix.
They will be eager to secure higher tech scores. They will be perhaps considering trying to secure the minimum technical element score required for participation at Senior Worlds. That's not something that they have achieved. And although the short program wasn't strong, that's different this year. Now teams can use total element score across both programs, unlike previous years where there was a minimum technical element score in both the short and the free. As we look ahead to Camille Kovalev and Pavel Kovalev, same costume, same program as last season, because they simply did not have the time to create 2 new pieces of choreography. They came to this event with 1 new program, that was the short program
Médaillés d'argent au Grand
delivered
Prix de
yesterday.
France ici à Angers. Représentant la France, Camille Kovalev, Pavel Kovalev.
Excitedly announced to the Angers audience in what is their home rink. This is the training location for the husband and wife team now, having relocated here. And now to Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini. who have returned to last season's free program. They were using Phantom of the Opera, but after 2 competitions and 7 judges' feedback, they decided to return to a reimagined version of last year's Dracula. And that motivated because he didn't get to compete at World Championships, so the program itself didn't get as much exposure as they'd like, and now they're hoping to make a statement with this reimagined free program.
Ekaterina et Dimitri sont entraînés par Nina Morzer,
Then
Ladislas
to
Dorinsky et Igor Chevin.
Ekaterina Genish and Dmitry Shigirev. They won the free skate last week in Halifax, Canada, and that helped propel them from 4th place to second overall after winning the free skate. And now they find themselves in 5th place, still with the potential to close the gap and move up onto the podium. So as we head into this final event of the second day of competition, we hope you're all enjoying the coverage and the wonderful work done by the host broadcast team in finding the fans that are here in the arena. And great to see so many flags of support for the various different skaters. And definitely some serious skating fans, many of whom seem to be able to take out various different flags to support their various different idols on the ice. Also great to see so many young fans of the sport. 7:45 in the evening in Angers. Some of them perhaps fatiguing as the night goes on. And there are signs of some sleepy fans. But they won't want to leave because what is about to take place will of course be of great caliber. And indeed, in this very competition, we have some very serious Olympic medal contenders. The Germans that lead the field after the first day of competition, and including Sara Conte and Nicolo Macci in 2nd place, they will have their sights set on some silverware at the Olympic Games in 2026. And we find ourselves with more than 3 teams, all very capable of that on the circuit this season. So that in itself excites us to see how they will all push one another. We've seen the ice dance community electing to play with their thematic choices this year in a very long-term athlete development plan, mindful of the need to try different things in this pre-Olympic season. And I think that a former French, oh, he loves them all, loves everybody. And there, Clémence Meillandu and Roman Telemac. Clémence competed in the women's event representing France earlier today. As we see other French skaters opening this event, Aurélie Paula and Théo Bell will open the Paris free skate. Skating to Mon Amour and Concerto d'Aranjuez. And that a better split twist than yesterday's performance for Aurélie and Theo. Electing for a simple side-by-side jumping pass, double toe, single axel, single axel. Theo tripling the salto, Aurélie popping.
Mon amour, dis-moi à quoi tu penses, si tout ça a un sens. Désolé si je te dérange. Mon amour, te souviens-tu de nous, du premier rendez-vous? C'était beau, c'était fou. Je t'aime, je sais pas pourquoi. Je joue la scène, et c'est toujours la même fin qui recommence. Tu n'entends pas ma peine.
Ah, shame. Theo triple loop.
Mon amour, je ferai tout ce que je peux. Un océan dans le feu, l'impossible si tu le veux. Oh mon amour, allez reviens à Paris. Fais-le pour nous, je t'en supplie. Je le promets, j'ai compris. Je t'aime, je sais pas pourquoi. Et c'est toujours la même fin qui recommence. Tu n'entends pas ma peine. On a fait quoi? Est-ce que tu m'aimes? Est-ce que tu m'aimes? Est-ce que tu m'aimes? Est-ce que tu m'aimes?
The second of the two throws, there's the salto. A little better result than the first.
Est-ce que tu m'aimes?
Aurélie Fowler and Theo Bell from France. A team still relatively and comparatively new to this discipline of pairs than all of the other teams in this event. Just 2 years since they started as pair skaters, training in Paris at the Français Volant de Bercy Club. But they are utterly committed to their craft. They've competed already twice at international events, once at Lombardia Trophy in Bergamo, then in the Tayside Trophy in Dundee in Scotland. And then following this assignment, they are going to go to the Warsaw Cup in a couple of weeks. So their commitment to their competitive success, impressive, as they aim to try to take over and fly the flag for French pair skating. As I mentioned yesterday, big TikTok team over 500,000 followers on TikTok, and how great that they getting some traction online for the sport, as we see, unfortunately, Aurélie popping open the side-by-side triple salto into a single. So both of the team are assigned that value. As we see the fall on the throw triple loop. And this the forward inside death spiral. This coming in at level 2, so lacking some of the rotation that we will see from the more experienced teams as the event progresses, who can maintain flow through our extra rotation. But Aurélie and Theo have so many of the ingredients for success. They obviously have side-by-side jumping triples, 2 throw triples, split triple twist. Now the time to work the components and the grades of execution for quality, as they await their score of 87.22, similar to that which they have achieved already this season internationally. Total score 128.72 for Aurélie and Theo, and we wish them all the very best for the rest of the season as the crowd get excited for the sight of another French team. And just amazing sounds for support of Camille Kovalev and Pavel Kovalev, not just because they represent France, but also because they have relocated to train in this rank. They relocated to Angers before the summer with their coaches as they recover from injury this season, skating the James Bond medley. Split triple twist to start, level 2 assigned. Intentional double saltos. But they scramble through triple toe, double toe, single axel sequence. I remember it from last year, it doesn't get old, that entry into their pair spin. Hey, throw triple flip. And again, such a good match in the line from this team. That part of their choreo sequence. Oh no! And now perhaps the time when the injury and the lack of training time starts to really dig in. One more throw to go, 2 lifts. Throw triple salto. Despite the exhaustion, manages to hang on. Camille Kovalev just reacting to the fall on the choreo sequence. That probably something that has never happened to her in practice. That one of the easiest, if not the easiest element of the 11 elements in this, their pairs free skate, as fans excitedly applaud them. And I'm accustomed to seeing the quality of skating skill that they have showcased for the past couple of seasons, but I remember this team from the Grand Prix de France in maybe 2020 and the transformation that they made then to subsequent seasons was mind-blowing. And now they are continuing to push themselves at 29 and 32 years of age to make progress and improvement. And maybe it's because they want to enjoy every moment like this, backward swimming off the ice in front of a home crowd. And I'm sure Laurent and Nathalie Dupuy, the coaching staff who have relocated here, will have made the choice to relocate to this new venue very much with their star students, Camille and Pavel. As we look back at the twist, looking for split, and their clean catch, level 2. And this, a placement element at this stage, double salcos, which as this season progresses, I'm sure will turn into triples. But the triple toe's done better today than in the short program. Laurent is elated by it. And this was the pickup into the pairs combo spin. Such a great choice of features as they change direction. Now I wonder if we will get to see the choreo sequence. That was the start of the choreo sequence, which was en route to being really positive grade of execution, but that mistake makes the judges have to give -5 GOE. So the choreo sequence that could have been maybe 4 or 5 points comes in at about half a point, but such a celebration for the team, especially knowing that Pavel had ankle surgery just before World Championships last year. So that was March. March was not long ago to have had an ankle surgery. I think Camille saying it's easier to do the throws or the other elements in the choreo sequence, not quite sure, but actually, perhaps shouting out to the choreographer that they work with off the ice. Eric for the head, so perhaps the sports psychologist, lots of gratitude. Oh, and they did say that Maxime Rodriguez had helped them with their short program music, so much gratitude from Camille and Pavel. 102.23 for Camille and Pavel. And that lays a starter in their 2024-2025 season from which to build from.
La saison est partie. Ouais. Est-ce que la saison est partie?
Sur la glace, représentant l'Italie.
Next to skate from Italy, Rebecca.
And now to the first of the Italian pair teams here, Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini. They have entitled this free skate Dracula 2.0. They've revamped and reimagined the free skate that they used last year. Level 3 on the split triple twist to start. And now their nemesis, the side-by-side triple salchows. The intention was double axel, single axel, turns into double axel, single axel, single axel. Playing with the variation on the shape within the back inside death spiral. Throw triple lutz. Followed up by throw triple loop. Wonderful dismount. Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini share a high 10 and a hug at the conclusion of that free skate performance. Daniel Agiano looks on ringside. And Daniel had been explaining that Rebecca had not missed a triple salto all week in practice, and that practices indeed have been going incredibly well in Angers. But of course, competition can change the body's structure and dynamic of energy. It's so hard to replicate the ideal levels of cam required for a clean skate under the pressure of the competition, and that perhaps the rationale and reason for the mistakes on the triple salto. And this team so desperately keen to make sure that they don't get lost, having been European medalists twice and then unable to make the Italian world team. They want to be the leading Italians, but they know that they need the tech score to be their friend. Here, the double axel, and then a double axel again for Filippo, but not for Rebecca. And this team was third in the program component scores in the short program. So although they were in 6th place overall, the judges still consider their skating skills and their presentation and composition to be a leading team worthy, but they know they need the tech score. And it has been, if it's been successful in practice, we have to assume and hope that it will continue to develop more and more under the pressure of the competition. As we see the pair combo spin into their finished position.
Ciao Prix. Hi Diana. Hi Mark, hi Louise, thanks for your commentary.
Et Filippo ont obtenu un total de 115,88 pour le total libre.
So 115.88 with a total of 176 for Rebecca and Filippo. As Rebecca leans forward to see the components and tech score breakdown.
Next to skate, representing Uzbekistan. Ekaterina Genish and Dmitry
And now to
Shigarev.
Ekaterina Genish and Dmitry Shigarev. 7 days ago, they were victorious with this performance in the free skate.
Igual que en un escenario, tú finges tu dolor barato. Tu drama no es necesario.
Different league of triple twist lift. Oh. Katerina doing well to salvage a double axel after the popped first triple toe. And such increased difficulty, triple loops side by side. Both falls, both mistakes on both throws. Maybe Ekaterina Gainish just needs a rest after back-to-back Grand Prix assignments.
Falsedad bien ensayada, estudiado simulacro. Cuando mejora tu acción, arruinar mi corazón. Y hoy que me lloras de veras, recuerdo tu simulacro. Lo tuyo es puro.
Great choice of features and the lift that is exciting the audience in Angers. Some really difficult transitional content into the forward inside death spiral.
Nuestro amor puro teatro, todo lo tuyo teatro, todo lo mío teatro, nuestro futuro.
And again, the choice of features, really difficult and unique in so many of the elements for Ekaterina and Dimitri. Ekaterina Gainish and Dmitry Shigirev. And obviously nothing like, this performance just showcases the fragility of our sport and how week upon week a skater can deliver such vastly varying scores with the same programs. It interests me greatly that Ekaterina and Dmitry choose, again, this music, much like the choice in the short program. It's not necessarily a safe choice or conventional choice. They both have classical line and good quality skating skills. The music choices perhaps don't lean into that, so maybe the team behind them eager to push them in different choreographic contexts before deciding upon what vehicles they will choose in the Olympic year. But you can see the coaching staff just not much to say after the skate. Nothing like what they're capable of. Here we see the split feature and the arms drop by his side for Dmitry and a clean catch. And there, the pop on the triple toe. I thought Ekaterina did really well to make sure she rotated the double axel. And then the delay on the triple flip as she goes to spot the landing, but just over-rotating. And this really excited the audience with the carry and the group 3 lift. Yeah, the dismount. And the entry into this forward inside death spiral, changing direction, confirmation of the creativity of some of the transitions that they had. So the performance today for the team had 4 negative grade of executions on the 11 elements. Whereas last week, all but the triple loop had issues. And so the 126.12 they achieved 7 days ago is going to be just a fraction of that today. But what this team does have, although obviously not a success story today and chances of a Grand Prix final are now likely to be eradicated, they have such at their disposal for the future. The likes of the side-by-side triple loops that they included, we haven't seen many teams attempting the more difficult side-by-side triple jumps for some time now. Previously we saw Duhamel and Radford doing side-by-side triple loops. It tends to be double axels, triple toes, and triple salchows that the teams use.
Ekaterina et Dimitri ont obtenu un total de 100,61 pour le programme libre et de 161
So 126.12 last week, 100.61 on this occasion. And instead of advancing towards the podium, Ekaterina Ginish and Dmitry Chigirev drop further down to likely 6th place. As we wait to see the next warm-up group take to the ice. There, confirmation Rebecca Gilardi and Filippo Ambrosini move up in the standings despite not having a score that they would be proud of. For me, Kimi Kovalev and Pavel Kovalev created a moment in Angers with the excitement of the home crowd here, truly embracing that team.
Mesdames, Messieurs, veuillez accueillir les patineurs du deuxième groupe de la catégorie couple.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the skaters.
So 2 North American teams and 2 European teams taking to the ice.
Représentant les États-Unis d'Amérique,
Representing the United States of America, Alisa Efimova.
The first of the teams to skate, Elisa Efimova and Misha Mitrofanov.
représentant le Canada,
Representing Canada, Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud.
And then to Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud, last year's winners.
représentant l'Italie,
Representing Italy, Sara Conti, Nicolo Mazzi.
And then to Sara Conti and Nicola Macci.
représentant l'Allemagne,
Representing Germany, Minerva
And then
Hasse.
the leaders, Minerva, Fabian Hasa and Nikita Volodin.
6 minutes d'échauffement.
6 minutes warm-up.
So 3/10 of a point separate the 2 North American teams after their short program. And that is literally a grade of execution or 2 higher on any element, even the choreo sequence,
Entraîné par
as we see some finesse and gorgeous alignment from Elisa Efimova warming up.
Depuis seulement un an, ils sont médaillés de bronze du Grand Prix ISU Skate America 2024. Représentant les États-Unis d'Amérique,
Elisa Efimova and Misha Mitrofanov. Misha explained that they're huge Formula One fans. He indeed has a racing simulator that he loves to play on. That's perhaps what he does to unwind. As we see the team working through some rapid fire stroking exercises to energize their bodies. Risky to do on a busy warm-up, safely through.
Lia et Tren sont entraînés par Alison.
And then to Leah Pereira
Ils patinent ensemble
and Trent
depuis
Michaud.
seulement 2 ans. Ils sont 5e du championnat ISU des 4
Have such fond memories and good alliance with the rink in Angers, having won here a year ago. They said that the music for this free program took longer to pick, wanting to show a different style again. And they worked this season again with the Ice Academy of Montreal London branch with the choreographers there.
From Canada, Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud.
Leah and Trent spending much of the time apart, as we see now. Another confirmation of a team separate through warm-up. Sara Conti, nice back 3-turn mohawk entry into a very comfortable triple salcho. And interestingly, I read an article from Raffaella Casaniga, the choreographer of this team. As we see Nicolo working the triple toe, who was just explaining the significance of Sara and Nicolo only being pair skaters since 2019, or certainly that for Sara. And that is what probably lends itself to the comfort that Sara has in demonstrating that side-by-side triple salcho, but also gives a little bit of context when we make the comparison between That and Minerva Fabian Haza and Nikita Volodin, who have had longer time as an experienced pair skater,
Minerva Fabienne
although
et
their
Nikita
partnership is newer.
sont entraînés par Dimitri Savine, Knut Schubert et Rico Rex. Ils
There,
s'entraînent ensemble depuis seulement 2 ans.
Minerva,
Ils sont 5e
and there,
du
Nikita.
championnat d'Europe et médaillés de bronze du championnat du monde 2024. Ils ont remporté la finale du Grand Prix ISU 2024. Représentant
And they said after the short program that
l'Allemagne,
they've been working so hard to get a level 4 on the split twist, still just a level 3 in this short program.
German pair champions, and recently placed first.
And I sense that in the pairs community, when a level 4 or 4 is assigned to the triple twist, there's a great sense of respect from the pair teams, knowing how very difficult that element is. And that the reason it's often the first element in a pairs free skate and short program. So no home crowd, no home skater participation in this final group. But the fans still getting the opportunity to show their support. Although fatigue certainly setting in for some of the younger members of the audience. We have to hope and assume that the 3,500 seat arena here has allowed some new spectators to enjoy the sport and hopefully be inspired to take part, as we see the coaches caught on camera as well. There, the Flower Girls, who have been on standby to pick up all the stuffies and cuddly toys thrown on for the skaters. So much organization goes into the creation of a senior Grand Prix event. The skaters will have arrived likely Monday, Tuesday of this week, had a day of, or perhaps Wednesday, and then an official day of practices on Thursday in the practice rink here, with the coordination of transport to the hotels and catering seamlessly done by the International Skating Union. So many events, so efficiently organized, both juniors, seniors. Currently, the Short Track World Tour is underway as well in North America.
Mesdames, Messieurs, l'échauffement est terminé. Quittez la piste s'il vous plaît. Merci.
And there, some definitive German fans of the final pair team to compete. Get off your phones. Some world-class pair skating in front of you. There. Alexei Letov encourages
Sur la glace, représentant
Elisa Efima and Misha Mitrofanov. I thought it fascinating to see them in warm-up, powerfully pushing through warm-up. And even the way in which they skate to the ice looks to have a confidence, suggesting we will be in for a solid skate from the team that already have a bronze medal from the Grand Prix. They knew they would have this event 2 weeks after Skate America and prepared accordingly. It's Efimova and Misha Mitrofanov skating. Je suis malade.
Rêve plus, je ne fume plus, je ne m'aime plus.
A difficult and unique transition opening the program.
Je suis seul sans toi, je suis laid sans toi, comme une orpheline. Dans un docteur, je n'ai plus envie. Oh, ma vie, ma vie.
'Cause
Je n'ai plus de vie et même mon lit se transforme en quête de cœur. Quand il sauve, je suis.
Good pacing and timing between the triple salto into the double axel. Double toe for Elisa. Ah, what a shame. It was such a huge throw triple loop. There's a motif within the choreography of that lift position repeated throughout. Lift goes down. Huge impact on their score. Group 5 axel lasso lift. No value. But difficult entry into the forward outside death spiral with good speed, good rotation. Gorgeous split falling leaf entry into the triple salto, and look at the speed now. Safely through the final lift. Well, Misha's face says everything, really. Good to see the embrace between the team. Really wonderful to see the care from both partners there, because the lift not happening is effectively 7 points of loss on the score for Elisa and Misha. And I competed in dance and singles, and so was never really mindful of the enormity of the lifts, because so often the senior pair teams will safely navigate their way through the 3 pairs lifts in the free skate with little mistake made. But increasingly I'm mindful when I watch the juniors how demanding physically they are, and that's why they have such a high base value. A Group 5 level 4 lift is 7 or 7.5 points, and so that's a massive chunk to take off the score for Elisa and Misha. Love this entry at the beginning to that little transitional lift, and we saw that repeated again. Great choreography by Renee Roca, the American ice dancer. And here, good timing, good match again when they're so new as a team, but unfortunately Elisa just popping into the toe there. Lee just slipping away from her there. But the entry into the throw triple sacco was beautiful, and the musicality of it. Look at that gorgeous turnout of the free leg. Such class in alignment from Elisa. You've got to love and recognize that support between partners. That's so vital. They had 128.46 2 weeks ago. 107.84. And they needed 112 to stay ahead of the rising Italian team, Ghilardi Ambrosini. So another medal off the cards for the American team.
Next to skate representing Canada, please welcome Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud.
As we move to Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud, they explained that they wanted to show a different side to them. Yesterday's short program was much more in character with them as humans, with fun and joy. This, a darker side, as they interpret a tango. Leah managing 2 double axels after the triple toe, singles for Trent. That time, the reverse of that. Trent managing the triple sacco, Leah the double. Good expression in the choreo sequence. second of the two throws. Same result. Great example of the feature with the lift within the pair combo spin. Such an incredibly difficult transitional exit into the finished position for Leah Pereira and Trent Michaud. And you can see how they both feel about that performance. They said that their goal this year is to medal at all of their events, and they know that they are capable of that. And the third place after the short program suggested they're on target. How will though this fare in an event whereby so many are making mistakes? The commitment to the concept, to the choreography, down to the lipstick and the hair, you can see the input of the ice dance community and Leah Pereira as they've worked with Madison Hubble and Adriana Diaz. But coach Alison Perkis saying it's okay.
Yeah.
Asking if they're okay. Here, the triple toe is slightly mismatched in the takeoff timing, but salvaging that. But Trent struggling on the landing. The triple toe paved the way for the two single axels, which Leah successfully did, but she gets no score for that. Both partners have to achieve that rotation for it to go into the base value. And obviously, a mandatory -5 grade of execution from each judge for both of the throws. But this was great. This was part of the choreo sequence. Just sadly though, the choreo sequence as an element is the least valuable of the 11 elements in a senior pair free skate. So do Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini continue to ascend the results? Leah and Trent would need 112.25 if they are to repeat as medalists at the Grand Prix de France. Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini were 4 points behind them in 6th place after yesterday's skate. But Leah fears the worst, and she may be right to do so. Both partner Trent and coach support through the disappointment. So it's 106.29, and indeed not only is that too low a score to stay ahead of the Italians, but they will actually move below Efimova and Mitrofanov as well. And you can see how much that means to the skaters. Good of Trent to maintain composure at the disappointment. And now then, can that support energize the arena and the skaters? Can Sara Conti and Niccolo Macci now deliver the skate that all the teams wanted with a clean performance? Skating to their new free skate to the beautiful music. Papa, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Papa, can you see me? Papa, can you find me in the night? Papa, are you near me? Papa, can you hear me?
This program,
Papa, can you help
a pertinent and touching tribute to Sarah's father and Nicolo's grandfather.
Looking at the skies, I seem to see a million eyes. Which ones are yours?
The first level 4 triple twist lift we've seen.
By and closed its doors. The night is so much darker. The wind is so much colder. The world I see is so much bigger now than
Both doing triple toe, single axel, double axel.
Please forgive me. Try to understand me. Papa, don't you know I
Gorgeous landing position on the throw triple loop.
anything I'm saying, even though the night is filled with voices. I remember everything you taught me, every book I've ever read. And all the words and all the books help me to face what lies ahead. The trees are so much taller, and I feel so much smaller. The moon is twice as lonely, and the stars are.
She sticks the landing of the throw triple salto as well.
How I need you,
Nicolo Macci berating himself a little for the step out of the side-by-side triple salto, but this much better. Sara Conti and Nicolo Macci, and they acknowledged after the short program that last year was tough. They struggled to feel close and connected to each other, and we could see that having been medalists at the 2 ISU Championship events in the 2022-2023 season. Last year just seemed fraught. Now it's so evident that they are united again, supporting one another on their path to success. And I think we saw such joy from Barbara Loney. I think that a different level of pride moved emotionally. And it is an emotional piece, beautiful music, and the story behind the tribute to Sarah's father makes it especially significant. As the season progresses, perhaps some of the transitional content will need to be increased. Maybe some of the musicality to frame each of the elements can be increased in its difficulty, but certainly good quality skating skills throughout and the right kind of emotional interpretation. I love the beginning. And here, all 4 features comfortably achieved, and this testament to the individual skating skills quality, the length of the triple toes, and then electing on this occasion to do 2 single axles. Oh, sorry, single axle, double axle. I suspect as the season progresses that will turn into triple toe, double axle, for a boost of about 2 points. Just love the commitment to the landing position from Sarah. Steely determination. And that kind of steely resilience echoed by the coach. Just so great to see them happy again.
Ciao a tutti, famiglia, mamma. Bene. Ciao a tutti. Polizia. Questo Sarkov. Cavolino. Bene.
So a new season's best of 1:32.6. Now they were second last week. They crossed the 200-point total, second last year, sorry, at this event. But I think even if it's a silver medal on this occasion for Sarah and Nicolo, a much happier silver as they and Coach Barbara Leone all celebrate together. And now to the leaders after this short program, Minerva, Fabian Haza and Nikita Volodin. En route to their Challenger Series win at the Nebelhorn Trophy, they secured 144.5. So they have it comfortably within their grasp to take another title. And the most valuable and difficult side-by-side jumping pass of the event, triple toe and 2 double axles. Hands down for Nikita on the triple salto. easy on the triple salto, in and out of the element. Nikita manages the carry hold with flow and glide. Take that. And Minerva, Fabian Haza and Nikita Volodin not just doing what they need to take a title, but sending a signal perhaps that they want to be considered the front runners this season. Last year, they were unbeaten on the Grand Prix series, winners in Finland and in Japan, and then at the final in Beijing. But then the latter half of the season didn't prove as fruitful or successful. But they've obviously worked very hard in the off-season at their training base in Berlin to ensure they've come back even stronger this season. And it just really fascinates and excites me to see how all of these top teams in the world are going to push one another as we head ever closer to Milano Cortina. Because ultimately a Grand Prix event and a win here carries prize money. But it's a stepping stone towards the 2026 Olympic Games. Minerva and Nikita delivering a program with greater composition, I think, than that of the Italians. Maybe not as quality as skating skills, their flow and glide I would give to the Italian team, but here, prime example of the increased difficulty. They, unlike the Italians, 2 double axles in combo as opposed to the triple dose single axle, double axle of Sara and Nicolo. And success in all of the elements. And even in this spin feature within the pair combo spin, good speed, pushing the judges positively in the grade of execution. Comfortable on the throw triple salto. So given, especially knowing the lead that they had over the Italians after the short program, Minerva's celebration there is likely to be confirmed with the title, but how will it compare with the likes of Miura and Kihara and Stellato Dudek and Deschamps? Miura and Kihara had 136 en route to winning in Texas, as Minerva sends her greetings to her family and friends. Nothing more satisfying for the skater than being satisfied before hearing the score. Hopefully that'll be backed up with the judge's opinion. So it's a 137.97, lower than that which they have achieved already this season, but it is the highest pairs free skate score of the 3 Grand Prix events this year. And Minerva, Fabian Haza and Nikita Volodin continue their Grand Prix winning streak. As the rostrum is put out onto the ice, Gilardi Ambrosini moving up from 6th place to take the bronze medal and ensure the Italian flag is represented twice on the podium in this competition. Conti and Nicola Macci, the silver medalist, as we interview the champions. Perhaps some microphone issues as we wait to hear. Chance now to hear from Minerva and Nikita.
So it finally works. Okay, so I had a question for you. You did a great performance and congratulations, of course. Vous avez fait une superbe prestation et félicitations. Since 2023 September, you won all your international challenge and Grand Prix plus final. So this is your first Grand Prix of the year now, and you won again. So is it important for you to win the first competition you step in French? Vous avez remporté toutes les compétitions internationales, Challenge Cup et Grand Prix, ainsi que la finale, auquel vous avez participé depuis septembre 2023. Vous commencez ici votre saison par une médaille d'or en Grand Prix. Est-ce que c'est important pour vous?
For sure, first Grand Prix, it's very important for us. Last year we win both in final, and now we won show. It's not just lucky. We can skating good. We can work hard, we can show it for all people, and we feel so much attention here. It's really helped us today.
Yeah, I think you said everything. Like, we were really happy to win again. Yeah, then please go ahead.
Ok, alors participer et gagner cette compétition a été très important pour eux et notamment pour tout le public ici présent, et ça leur a donné donc beaucoup d'énergie. Une deuxième question. Cette finale était très incertaine parce que nous avons assisté à deux programmes fantastiques. This final here was incredible because we assist to two free programs incredible. So how do you feel when you step on the ice, when you have to make a great performance?
For sure, we're both nervous before. We try to stay focused and don't watch or listen to any programs before. So we're like just with ourselves, like with the coach, and we just go out there and try to have fun and show the love for the sport, and the rest will come.
Thank you. Alors, quand ils entrent sur la glace, ils restent évidemment très concentrés et pensent à leur performance, et ils sont aidés bien sûr par le public qui est là. So, thank you very much. Congratulations again. Merci beaucoup.
And great to hear from Minerva, Fabian Haza and Nikita Volodin, the champions again, as they continue their unbeaten streak on the Grand Prix Series. With Rebecca Ghilardri and Filippo Ambrosini moving up from 6th place after the short program, their Dracula 2.0 revamp, successful in helping them to take a Grand Prix medal. Sara Conti and Nicola Macci skating to Papa, Can You Hear Me? In tribute to Sara's father. They visibly delighted with what they put down and laid down here as they continue to unite further and further as a team. And Coach Barbara Leone continuing to give as much entertainment ringside as her star students. A more considered coaching approach for Minerva, Fabian Haza and Nikita Volodin. But nevertheless, success indisputed for the German team. They'll be reviewing some of the elements. Forward, outside, death spiral, just a level 1, so still some points to easily add to their score. So that concludes all of the competitive aspects of the Grand Prix de France. And now we look forward to seeing the medal ceremonies as the 4 disciplines are awarded with bronze, silver and gold for the women, the ice dancers, the men and the pairs event. Make sure you stay tuned to see the celebration of the star skaters here, and also tune in tomorrow for the exhibition gala performances in Angers, where the medalists and some of the other star skaters in this event are offered the opportunity to perform in front of the crowd here in a more relaxed and fun environment. And following tomorrow's gala performance, we can look ahead excitedly to the upcoming other assignments on the Grand Prix circuit. Next week, Tokyo, Japan is the host venue and host location for the 4th stop on the International Skating Union Senior Grand Prix, before the Grand Prix series returns to Europe again, with the 2024 Finlandia Trophy in Helsinki being the 5th stop, and then back to Asia for Cup of China in Chongqing, China, and then back again to Europe for the Grand Prix final, which takes place in Grenoble. And that's 5th to the 8th of December, so that the teams competing in the last slot in the Cup of China have a little longer to recuperate and recover before returning to competition, where each of the top 6 teams or skaters in the men's, women's pairs and ice dance will travel to compete against one another. And there at that event, they will be joined by the top juniors in the world as well, with the junior skaters who have placed in the top 6 in the Junior Grand Prix series joining them. And what an opportunity it will be for those youngsters to see some of the idols that they have and have watched competing at World Championship. Some of the skaters from this event in Angers are traveling immediately after participation here to Tokyo for the NHK Trophy. That'll be the case for members in all of the events, with Alison Reid and Celius Amberlevikus and Marie Dupayage and Thomas Nabai traveling to Tokyo, where they will be facing Madison Chuck and Evan Bates, the world champions, where they compete in their 2nd assignment. Next week, we will see another German team in the pairs event, having just seen Germans triumphant in Angers with Hasse and Volodin. Next week, it will be the return to the Grand Prix for German pair team Annika Hocke and Robert Kunkel. And they will go up against the German pair stars, Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara, as well as Ellie Kam and Danny O'Shea, the American team, are making a name for themselves this season as well. In the women's event, next week's NHK Trophy will boast the return of Kaori Sakamoto, the world champion who competed in Skate Canada She will go to Tokyo in what will, I'm sure, be a really rapturous reception for the three-time world champion. First woman to repeat as three-time world champion since 1968, when Peggy Fleming from the United States of America achieved that great accolade. And Kaori will go up against two Americans, Alyssa Liu and Brady Tennell. With the return of Alyssa Liu to competition, she competed last week at Skate Canada as the former world bronze medalist returns to compete in the sport. An amazing story of an athlete who ascended the junior ranks so quickly, performing quadruple jumps, quick debut in the senior competition, taking a world medal, and then elected to retire at such a tender age. But now the love for the sport has brought her back, and that story echoed increasingly in skaters around the world, as we hear from the likes of Diana Stellato-Dudek, who had a 16-year absence from the sport, but still returning to the competitive arena. In terms of the men's event at the NHK Trophy, Kao Miura will come back. He competed at Skate America. He will compete again with also the return of the ever-popular Jason Brown. Jason competing for the United States of America, such a fan favorite thanks to the epic program component scores, the artistry that he possesses. But a difficult skate last week at Skate Canada will have hopefully kick-started some improvements that will allow him to showcase his brilliance in Tokyo at the NHK Trophy next week.
Grand Prix ISU 2024 de patinage, Grand Prix de France, cérémonie des podiums de la catégorie couple.
ISU Grand Prix 2024, Grand Prix de France, Victory Ceremony Pairs.
Troisième et médaille de bronze de l'Italie.
Third and the winner of the bronze medal from Italy, Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini.
And so to the pairs medal ceremony, as Rebecca Ghilardi and Filippo Ambrosini gain some redemption after the disappointing short program, moving from 6th to take the bronze medal. And their placement confirms the incredible depth of talent in Italian pair skating.
Deuxième et médaille d'argent de l'Italie.
Second and winner of the silver medal from Italy, Sara Conti and Niccolo Mazzi.
As we see the winners of the silver medal for 2 years consecutively, Sara Conti and Niccolo Mazzi. But the teamwork displayed here, so encouraging to see from Sara and Niccolo. And a much, much happier team achieving silver here today than 12 months ago. They train together in Bergamo, where so many great pair skaters are skating in Italy. The International Skating Union Centre of Excellence.
Premier et médaille d'or de l'Allemagne.
First and winner of the gold medal from Germany.
But the title goes to Minerva Fabian Haza and Nikita Volodin. Last season's Grand Prix final champions make their bid to repeat as the leading pair on the Grand Prix series this year. Their total score at the Grand Prix de France just 3 points less than Riku Miura and Ryuichi Kihara, who won the Skate America event, the first stop on the Grand Prix series. Their confirmation that it's going to be a really closely contested season yet again.
Merci d'accueillir le vice-président de l'Union internationale de patinage, Monsieur Benoît Lavoie, qui remet les médailles.
Please welcome
ISU
the
representative,
Vice President, Mr. Benoît Lavoie,
ISU Vice President
who
Mr.
will
Benoît
award the
Lavoie
medals.
gives the 6 skaters their medals. Unique in the creation of these medals.
Merci d'accueillir la présidente de la Fédération française des sports de glace, Madame Gwenaëlle Nourry, qui remet les fleurs.
Please welcome
And that's Gwenaëlle Nourry, the president of the French Figure Skating Federation.
Will award the flowers.
Mesdames, Messieurs, si vous le pouvez, merci de vous lever pour l'hymne national des vainqueurs.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the national anthem of the winner.
Mesdames, Messieurs, les médaillés.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are your
The German
medals.
national anthem played again in this pairs discipline after being repeatedly used for Haza and Volodin last season. Great to see seemingly all of the medalists so happy with what has been achieved in Angers, and all of them will go on to compete again on the Grand Prix, try to vie for a spot at the final, as Nico, I'm sure, goes to get the phone for a selfie, as is customary for the skaters to post on their social media. Yep. check this out later, I'm sure, online. Great to see the camaraderie between the teams from different nations as we look back. And some highlights from the top 3 teams. Sara Conti and Nicolo Macci. They compete again at the Cup of China at the end of the Grand Prix series in 3 weeks' time. And indeed, they will go up against, again, Minerva Fabian Haza and Nikita Volodin, who also compete at the Cup of China. A nice pacing for both of those teams with 3 weeks of separation between Grand Prix assignments. And we look forward to seeing them battle it out again to try to achieve their spots at the final. So that concludes the pairs medal ceremony. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage of this fantastic discipline. And stay tuned if you want to see subsequent medal ceremonies yet to be awarded in Angers.
Grand Prix ISU 2024 de patinage, Grand Prix de France, cérémonie des podiums de la catégorie dames.
ISU Grand Prix 2024, Grand Prix de France Victory Ceremony Women.
And now we head to the Women's Victory Ceremony. What an exciting event that it was. In third place,
médaille de bronze du Japon.
Japan's
Third,
Rion
winner of the bronze
Sumiyoshi.
medal from Japan, Rion Sumiyoshi.
And Rion explaining that this is the third event in a row that she has climbed from 5th after the short program to 3rd overall, matching the result that she achieved here 12 months ago at the Grand Prix de France, where she was 3rd again. This time, less successful with the tech score. The quad toe didn't work today. But program components really impressive for the 21-year-old from Tokyo.
Deuxième et médaille d'argent du Japon.
Second and winner of the silver medal from Japan, Wakabe Higuchi.
But the silver medalist Wakaba Higuchi, I think the first woman to secure her spot at the final in Grenoble in France. And after the event, she joked that the result here means one more competition and a lot of traveling. Consequently, she will adjust her training schedule to peak in time, because for the Japanese skaters, the participation in the Grand Prix final is a success, but they will be so mindful of the priority of the Japanese national championships to dictate who goes to the championship events in 2025.
Première et médaille d'or des États-Unis d'Amérique.
First and winner of the gold medal from the United
But it is gold for America's Amber Glenn, the 25-year-old, coming into the form of her life this season. She made some statement skates on the Challenger Series at the Lombardia Trophy in September and has backed it up with a statement in winning the gold here. Not the free skate of dreams, but a short program that was incredibly competitive.
Merci d'accueillir le vice-président de l'Union internationale de patinage, Monsieur Benoît Lavoie, qui remet les médailles.
Please welcome the ISU Vice President, Mr. Benoît Lavoie, who will award the medals.
And as Mr. Benoit Lavoie awards the medals, we can look forward to seeing these women competing again. For Amber, she will be at the Cup of China, like the winners of the pairs event. So 3 weeks of chance to recover a little bit before peaking once more. She vies to join Wakaba Higuchi, who will not compete again. Both of her assignments are complete now, but she has the break time now to return to compete at the final in Grenoble.
Please welcome Tokyo Inkarami President Masano Fuyuhiro, who will award the flowers.
Amber will meet Rion at the Cup of China, where they go again head-to-head.
Mesdames, Messieurs, si vous le pouvez, merci de vous lever pour l'hymne national de la gagnante.
As the American national anthem is played
Please stand for the
in the
national
Ice Park
anthem of
Angers.
the winner.
such a celebration of years, decades of dedication from Amber Glenn to find herself on top of her Grand Prix podium. So as we conclude the medal ceremony for the women's event, we look forward to seeing the medals being awarded for the ice dancers and the men to come. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage of this women's competition at the third stop of the ISU Grand Prix Series. And we look forward to continued successful skating for the women in the last half of the ISU Grand Prix Series this year. And as the women's medalists leave the ice, chance to see the medal ceremony party getting ready to return to the rostrum for medals to be awarded in the final two disciplines covered in Angers. As we look to the men's event. And these two medal ceremonies, the men's and the ice dance competition, presumably saved to last thanks to the title wins by the home nation skaters. No surprise that Adam Xiao Himfa took the title here in France. Perhaps a surprise how hard he had to work to do that when it comes to the result he had in this short program.
Grand Prix et issue de patinage, Grand Prix de France, cérémonie des podiums de la catégorie messieurs.
ISU Grand Prix 2024, Grand Prix de France Victory Ceremony Men.
Troisième et médaille de bronze.
So the winner of the bronze medal, he was 6th in Skate America 2 weeks ago, but oh sorry, Andrew Torgashev, actually the winner of the bronze medal here, 4th in this short program, and a skater who had vocalized that his mission was to have the audiences feel what he feels and freezing a moment in time just for the length of his skating, wanting to distract people from their thoughts and just enjoy the performance that he offered. A skater who will be beyond delighted to have a bronze medal, but instead the silver medalist, who is 6th in Skate America, Koshiro Shimada. Scenes of jubilation backstage as Koshiro and his coach Stéphane Lambiel celebrate the excitement of his silver medal here. A skater so popular thanks to the exhibition programs that he has, and we can look forward to seeing that in the exhibition gala tomorrow. Koshiro explaining after the event that he can't quite believe that he will come away with the silver medal here, and acknowledging gratitude to his coach for what he has achieved here.
First and winner of the gold medal from France, Adam Xiao Himfa.
The gold medalist again in Angers, Adam Xiao Himfa. As I mentioned during the performance, so during the event, he's making a habit of making a big jump in the standings after a short program to free skate, and he said following the competition that the World Championships was a lesson that he used again today.
Merci d'accueillir le vice-président de l'Union internationale de patinage, Monsieur Benoît Lavoie, qui remet les médailles.
Please welcome the
As Mr. Benoit Lavoie, the ISU Vice President, returns to award the medals. Silver for Koshiro Shimada. And Koshiro's next step will be the Japanese Nationals. Whereas for Adam Xiao Himfa, his next assignment will be when he competes at the Cup of China in 3 weeks' time.
Masanao Fuyuhiro, président de Tokyo Inkarami, qui remet les fleurs.
Please welcome Tokyo Inkarami President Masahiro Fuyuhiro, who will award the flowers.
And as Koshiro receives his flowers, great to hear from his coach Stéphane Lambiel, former world champion. He said that he believes very firmly that hard work pays off, and today is the definition of that coming true.
Mesdames, Messieurs, si vous le pouvez, Merci de vous lever pour l'hymne national du vainqueur.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand
It's
for
the
the national anthem
first of
of
two
the winner.
occasions when the French national anthem is played. And there, the medalists at the third stop on the ISU Grand Prix Series, Adam Siahenfa, Koshiro Shimada, and Andrew Torgashev. We hope you've enjoyed coverage of the men's event. Congratulations to all of the medalists and all of their teams, and we look forward to seeing continued great skating in the latter part of the ISU Grand Prix Series to come. And there on the medals, you can see the French Fédération des Sports de Glace logo. And the French Federation, so busy this season, not only hosting this event, but also the final, as we look back at Andrew Torgashev. And Andrew, after the event, thanking Brandon Frazier, who came with him as coach. Brandon, a world champion, an Olympic champion in the pairs event, in the team event now, who helped to steer Andrew in a positive frame of mind towards the success that he's achieved here. And Koshiro Shimada was somewhat fortunate to sneak the silver medal ahead of Andrew Torgashev. Just 0.2 of a point separated those two skaters on the podium. But it was a comfortable win for Adam Siahenfa by 13 points, despite the fact that he had to come from 8th place after the short program. And as we see some highlights from Adam's performance, interesting to hear him just analysing his skate today. And he said that he realizes now, in retrospect, that he applied too much pressure on himself in the short program, and that part of the reason behind his failings is again a confirmation of the unique medal that he takes home from the French Federation. Following the event, Adam confirmed that despite having to take 6 weeks off the ice, he's now not in any more pain. His ankle completely recovered, which is great news. And that will now hopefully facilitate more consistent training for Adam now towards the later stages of the Grand Prix Series, as Andrew is encouraged to join the other two men. And interestingly, Adam's saying that his goal last season was to legalize the backflip in an attempt to push figure skating forwards, and that's something that his choreographer Benoit Richaud has also been quite vocal about, the desire to push our sport And we all want for that. So for the work that Adam and his team are doing and the philosophy that they have, we are grateful. The awareness of the need to attract a larger community of fans for our sport. And there's some final applause for the 3 medal winners. We'll soak up the moments, particularly for Torgashev and Koshiro Shimada winning Grand Prix medals. Adam Xiaohunfa obviously more accustomed to this kind of success. And Adam, again, as I say, will compete again at the Cup of China. Whereas for both the silver and bronze medalists, their focus will be very firmly set upon their national championships. And the Japanese and American national championships are extremely hotly contested events, and most athletes will often say that their national championships is more daunting and nerve-wracking than the internationals, as they try to secure a domestic result that will facilitate participation at the most prestigious of events on the figure skating calendar, the likes of which 4 continents and world championships in the occasion of the Japanese and American skaters. But now we move on to the ice dance victory ceremony.
Grand Prix et issu de patinage, Grand Prix de
There will be a
France,
huge
cérémonie des podiums,
mix of emotions for the 6 medalists ready to be welcomed to the arena here. The result here, a surprise with Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri, the very heavy favourites. But a sense of disbelief for Emily Bratty and Ian Somerville. What a roller coaster that they have been on. Having finished down in 9th place with mistakes made at their first Grand Prix assignment, but now winners of the bronze medal, and indeed they were 2nd in the free dance, helping them to move up from 4th place after yesterday's competition. And they explained after the event that they felt they had nothing to lose, and they skated for themselves and for their coach Greg Zwerlin, who's here with them, encouraged from home by their Olympic medalist coaches Tanith and Charlie White.
Deuxième et médaille d'argent de l'Italie.
2nd and winner of the silver medal from Italy, Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri.
And a huge shock and surprise to see Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri in the silver medal position. The colour of their medal here, the same as that of their costumes in this brave free dance choice this season, but Marco described their skate here as one of the worst of their careers. The opening straight line lift to start their free dance didn't work as was expected or planned, and then later in the program Marco had a fall within the circular step sequence. And you can tell the disappointment on their faces.
Winner of the gold medal from France,
But the disappointment of the Italians paved the way for delight for the French crowd as Eugenia Lopareva and Jeffrey Brissot take gold in a surprise win. And their win at this competition confirms that they will make the final and be one of the top 6 teams in the ice dance world, which is a really impressive feat when there's so rarely movement in the ice dance world. As Eugenia takes the big step up to the top place of the podium.
Merci d'accueillir Madame Karine Angel, adjointe au sport de la ville d'Angers, qui remet les médailles.
And fascinatingly,
Welcome Deputy Sports Councillor, City of Angers, Karine Angel.
as Karine Angel, the Deputy Sports Councillor of the City of Angers, awards the medals. Amazing to have heard that the choice of the free dance for Charlene and Marco, inspired by last year's gala exhibition, is the same sentiment for the winners, Eugenia and Jeffrey, who had a techno program last season as their show program, and the reaction to that on social media motivated the choice for their free dance this year. And as I said during the broadcast of the event, you sense that the teams are choosing to push their boundaries in terms of expression and interpretation in the free dance in this pre-Olympic season. It will be interesting to see how many more conventional warhorse type pieces of music will be used in the Olympic year. But Eugenia and Jeffrey perhaps feeling freer to take bold choices because they haven't been on the World Championship podium before. They are unlikely to be considered contenders for a world medal as we head towards the World Championships in Boston next March. But there has been a lot of manoeuvring in the world of ice dance this season, and that's exciting for the sport. And maybe now there's less predictability for the World Championships in roughly 5 months' time.
Mesdames, Messieurs, si vous le pouvez, merci de vous lever pour l'hymne national des vainqueurs.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand for the national anthem
And now,
of the winner.
back-to-back French national anthems played. So Eugenia Lopareva and Jeffrey Brissot achieved the top prize money here and the 15 points to add to the 11 they've achieved already. And we can see them again performing in the gala exhibition tomorrow. The Italians, Guinard and Fabri, will return to the Senior Grand Prix at the Cup of China in 3 weeks' time, and their eagerness to take a title will be so evident. You can sense already on the podium politeness in reaction to the silver, but an understandable frustration that this isn't turning out to be anything like the event they were hoping it to be. And as the skaters depart the podium to find their national flags, we get a little look back at the highlights from each of the 3 top teams. Unfortunately, the slow-mo replay offers us the chance to continually relive the frustrating moments within Guillaume Fabry's performance. But maybe at this early point in the season, this is best for them. Just a moment to channel some fire and passion for the latter part of the season. I don't think Evgenia Lopareva needs any more fire and passion. She's so engaging and committed. She and Jeffrey continue to push themselves as one of the world's very, very best. Well, that concludes day 2 of competition at the International Skating Union's Grand Prix Series. We've seen German winners in the pairs discipline, an American women's winner, and French titles won in ice dance and men's singles. Lots of fabulous skating at this halfway point of the ISU Senior Grand Prix. We hope you have enjoyed and urge you all to make sure you join for the coverage of the ISU Gala that takes place at 1:25 or starts at 1:25 local time tomorrow. But for now, I'm Mark Conretti. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you've enjoyed the coverage of the Grand Prix de France 2024.